Hello, everybody. It is I, Phantom Other, and I'm here to talk about my topic of today, aka rant. Relating?
Just for the record, Devil Tongue is here too.
You just cut me off, but thank you.
I know, but I didn't want them to think that something happened to their favorite devil. Speaker.com.
Deviled egg, yes.
Devil.tongue at devil.tongue at gmail.com. Twitter at Devil Tongue. Speaker, Skype, Snapchat, Instagram. Take it away.
Well, what happened was I did the same thing maybe like a week ago, and it did not come out due to technical difficulties, so I had to redo it again. So from my best memory, I'm going to try to recall the whole thing.
Why don't you just give them a brand new show? Stop trying to recall what didn't happen.
What? What didn't happen?
What didn't happen?
Okay, what didn't happen?
Ladies and gentlemen, for whatever reason, the show didn't post.
Okay.
It didn't publish.
Okay.
I don't know. My computer got issues. We're going to start a crowdfunding, a GoFundMe for a new computer and a bigger studio.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. On your time. Okay? Thank you. So, by the way, maybe like 2 weeks ago, or maybe it was a week ago, I had a conversation with two men.
2 men.
Yes, 2 men. Yes.
Menage a trois. Speaking of which, I'm going to ask you something a little bit later, but I'm going to let you talk right now.
It wasn't no menage a trois. It was more
If it's 3 of y'all, it's a menage.
But it wasn't twa-ing, okay? So, we were up there, we were talking and chilling. And basically a little bit, as Devil Tongue would say, politicking. And, you know, I kind of like what we were talking about. Basically, they weren't really schooling me, but basically, as one was trying to tell me he was schooling me, let me let you fall back there, son. You don't need to school nobody,
because
all right?
You know how it goes when you get with your bros or your blank, and y'all reminiscing about the good old days.
Well, true. That's what they were doing. And it was true hardcore. I mean, like, homeboy gave me like a heads up and was like, yo, do you mind if I talk real and raw? I was like, all right, cool. Now, anybody else would have been, ooh, let me clutch my pearls. But nah, not me. I was like, I'm not thick-skinned. I am thick-skinned. And, you know, what they were saying wasn't really bothering me. So, I was not clutching my pearls, all right? I was just like, go ahead, dudes, be open and be free. So, the conversation was really enlightening. Because basically, it was talking about, you know, being in a relationship in your mid-40s. Or 40s in general.
That's not fair.
Well, you're not.
No, the reason why I said it's not fair
Why?
is because, all right, I'm going to let you get back to your...
Go ahead, I'm
going to
listening.
let you get back, but I'm just saying. You start off a relationship in your late teens, your 20s, and then hopefully it'll develop and grow, or...
And then what about those that don't develop and grow? And those that are now disconnected, and those that are now been divorced and cut off? What do you do then?
You stalk them and kill them.
Oh, no. Oh, no, we do not suggest that, okay? We suggest to move right on, okay? So the whole conversation, we were dealing with relationships and everything like that, and how we relate to one another, and what we look forward in a person. So, you know, my man, he was giving, no, he wasn't my man as in my boyfriend, meaning like, you know, the dude, he was giving certain equations.
Equations?
Yeah, equations. That's the only way I can describe it, because my man was like plotting and putting in different types of situations, and you're getting a different answer every time. So basically, one of the equations were, you know, yeah, she gives you good head, she gives you good sex, you know, she's not the greatest looking, but she's stalking you. Do you still want to be with her? You know what I'm saying? So what is the equation to that? You either stick with her or you don't. Then it was like, yo, you got a banging bitch, but she don't give good sex. What's the equation to that? Or you got the 50-50-50 chick. She good in bed. Her looks are 50. You know what I'm saying? She treating you good. What do you do with that? So I was sitting there like, yo, my man was giving me a lot of equations of being with somebody.
He sound like he complaining, but he ain't maintaining.
Yo, he wasn't really maintaining. He was just basically, what do you call it? Analyzing the issues of women out there and talking with his boy.
All right.
So even though his friend is my friend, and I gladly appreciate appreciate them letting me sit in on the conversation. I was cool with it.
Was you just sitting in on the conversation?
Yes, I was just sitting in on the conversation.
You wasn't sitting on his lap?
No, I was not sitting on his lap.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, no. Okay? So we're up there.
What do you want for Christmas?
So we were up there and we're talking and everything. And we discussed and talked about, you know, what we like in a person, what we don't like in a person, and what is out there for somebody. And then, you know, me as a female, I've noticed other females, what they do that's right or wrong, and what they, you know, what they feel like they can do and cannot do.
It sounds like Real Housewives of Spreaker.
Well, you could call it what you like, okay? Housewife number one. But, okay, you can call it whatever. So, what happened is that, you know, we were talking about certain things about females, and we were talking about the one female, which I know personally, where I'm going to get him, I'm going to make him fall in love with me, I'm going to be the shit, and it's all going to be about me. And I sit there and be like, are you serious? Like, you think, like, your shit is made of pussy? I mean, excuse me.
What?
Excuse me.
Rewind,
No,
because that didn't even sound right even as a blooper.
I know, I'm sorry.
Let's
I am so sorry. I meant to say golden. I'm sorry. But you know what? I would do this show much better if Devil Tongue would stop talking.
Devil Tongue has been silent and the house music has been playing.
No, you're lying.
I interject.
Yes, because as I was trying to get my thoughts together, that's why I screwed up. Sorry for the screw up. I meant to say golden pussy. Sorry.
Oh, Lord.
Yes.
Is that like a golden parachute?
I don't know. I meant to say golden pussy. Okay? And that was the thing. I'm sorry for the beep and the mess up, okay? Thank you, Mr. Tongue. All right. So, we were talking about that. And then I was like, you know, you always talking about the woman that always comes in there with the expectations. Like, yo, boom, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to rock his world. I'm going to change him. And I said, nah, I'm not even all about that, whatever. I'm like, yo, it is what it is. You know, I'm in it for the ride. And then he was like, you know what? Those are the best relationships. And I was like, really? He was like, yeah, because when you're in it for the ride, you don't know where you're going. He said, you're just taking it where it goes. Because you know what ends up happening? When you take a relationship for the ride, sometimes
you end up like Bonnie and Clyde.
That too. And sometimes you end up having deep feelings for each other, not realizing that due to the fact that you're not putting any pressure or expectations on it. You're just like, hey, you living your life, he's living his life, you spend time together, you have respect for one another, you're good with each other, and then you call it a day. That's what it is. And I was like, I respect that. Well, first of all, he respected that. And then I respected that, even though it did come out my mouth. So they talked about a lot of things, and they were pretty ratchet, even though he wouldn't admit that he was ratchet. Okay, and that was one thing that was funny about the conversation was when people are ratchet, people don't like to admit that they ratchet. They like to admit others who are ratchet, but when you say, yo, dude, you're doing the same thing. Oh no, that's not me.
To be totally fair,
let's hear it.
Some people can't help themselves because they honestly do not know
that they're ratchet.
Okay, let's equate that with education is a good example.
No, we ain't talking about education. We're talking about...
No. We got to go there because...
You're not going there.
Why not? We're all over the place anyway.
We're all over the place.
It's just like the child who thinks he's not a bully, but he is.
Right, but this is the thing. Yeah, all right. What you said, you got me there, okay? Because what I was about to say is, you up here doing ratchetness, all right? But then you're talking about somebody else doing ratchetness, but you don't admit to your own ratchetness. Like, what you're doing is bad, okay? But it's just like the whole thing you gave me the case of the kid being a bully. You are being ratchet, but you don't recognize yourself being ratchet. But you call out somebody else being ratchet.
Case in point, and I'm going to make this real quick before I let you get back to
your... My rant?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You have a high school guidance counselor, 24, who, let's just say he sexually assaulted a 13-year-old who trusted herself to his counseling.
Why did we even go there? This is supposed to be about rants of good times. Here we go. Go ahead.
All right, finish.
Go ahead, Debbie Downer.
I'm done.
And now we went from a grown-ass conversation with three people talking to adult, now we're going to pedophiles. Come on.
It's Devil Tongue Downer, not Debbie. This message brought to you by Devil's Tongue. And you need to get lit. Continue.
I was about to say, when you need to hear some bad shit.
No.
Yeah, say this. Call up Devil Tongue.
Nah.
So, to get back to what I was saying, okay? Is that okay with you, Devil Tongue?
It's fine.
Okay. So basically, that was the whole conversation. But, to wrap it all up, I enjoyed it. It was really cool. He was a cool dude. The guy who let me enjoy and partake in to the conversation was cool too. And I appreciated it. Even though it was his friend. And even though it became a threesome. No, not a threesome as menage a trois. But I was more like the fly on the wall. But I had a voice in it. I really appreciate it because it kind of like opened up a lot of things to me and knowledgeable. You know, and it was kind of cool, and I like it.
Let me just
the only bad thing about it, and there's a bad thing about it. After talking to them and having the conversation, and they spoke the way they did, freely and, you know, uncensored and everything, and the way they talked about women and everything like that, and relationships and everything, made me not want to be in a relationship. That's what it made me feel like. It made me feel like I did not want to relate. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that I felt like that afterwards and like my whole day was like, oh, I don't want to be in a relationship. No. It's just that moment when they were talking about it and it was just like, yo, dude, man, you make me feel like I don't even want to be in a relationship with somebody for real. I mean, for real. But then you know what? At the end of the day, it's nice to know, and as they say in G.I. Joe, what is it? Knowing is half the battle or something like that?
Oh, give me a break. That's so corny.
I know, but it works.
Let me just say, 3 is a magic number, and for what it's worth, I would prefer to do this show with a third person.
Are you serious?
Why are you coming at me like that?
Because now I think my job is being on the line.
No. Listen, see, we need couples therapy. You and I. We need couples therapy. Understand where I'm coming from. Can I do Devil Tongue Spreaker.com by myself?
No.
She said no. She's actually right. But the point I'm making is that extra opinion is what makes for an enlightenment and an entertaining
Okay.
session.
All right. I got you. That's why you have the people out here listening and they can put in their 2 cents and they'll be the third person.
Okay. Fair enough.
So then guess what?
That's why we need to Skype, honestly.
The third person would be the audience. Because then they can put down their, what do you call it, their comments and their whatever they want to put down or what's on their brain or whatever.
Well, Q&A is fine because I say again, when you and I sit here and politic back and forth, it works.
It does.
You know, the differing of opinions. We always agree to disagree. And by the same token, I'm not always right. You know, I never profess to be, should we say, a professional psychotherapist, psychologist, psychiatrist, what have you.
No, you just been the ghetto corner street head. That's what you are. You're the head, what they call a head nigga in charge with the 4-0 and, you know, the knowledge of the head bones. You know what I'm saying? Like you sit there on the corner and you have to give kids knowledge.
Shame.
I know. I'm being ratchet right now. And I know I'm being ratchet right now.
Right, because you got to remember, our audience is everybody.
I know that.
Thank you.
So?
All right. So, acknowledge the fact that we have so many different races and ethnicities listening to us and tuning in and saying, gee whiz, those two. Why you get quiet all of a sudden? I know the house music's intoxicating, but don't get it twisted. This is...
Don't get it twisted.
Spreaker.com.
Okay.
Devil Tongue and Phantom Other. And we're talking about
to
relating in our 40s.
To sidebar, okay? Thank you to the 2 guys who not really opened up my eyes, but it was kind of more like a refresher course on the matter. Yes, I appreciated it. Thank you very much. You don't need to go there, okay?
They just opened your eyes.
No, they didn't open my... I just say that. They did open my eyes.
Oh my God. Was it just your eyes or was it your legs too?
You know,
Excuse
me, that's sexual harassment. You need to stop that. It's Nah, they just, it was an eye opener. I'm not saying they didn't tell me something I didn't know.
Right.
It was just more of a refresher course, basically.
Because the bottom line is, just like when I'm sitting around women, plural, and they're just, speaking their mind about men in general and education and crime and all the whole thing. That's what they were doing.
Right.
They were speaking their mind about women and crime and drugs and whatever.
Well, they were doing all of that and then some, and I was okay with it. And thank you for letting me join in.
Because if you weren't okay, you would have walked out the room. It was that simple.
That's true, too. That's true. Or would have clutched my pearls. Oh, no, they did not say that. Oh, no.
No, the truth of the matter is this. If, let's say, me and my cousin are having a combo and you join in. Now, we're not saying you can't join in, but if we're being ourselves and speaking our mind and it's getting pretty, hot as far as, even our language, you have every right to walk out or you have every right to interject and try to fight the battle all on your own.
True.
It's kind of like, I don't know, this is a terrible analogy. It's kind of like being in a spades match. If your partner got them books or they don't, and then you got to fend for yourself. I'm just saying.
Well, let's wrap it up now. I don't want to spend that much long time on it. I think I've spent too much time on it.
Are you sure you've...
I still would like to be in a relationship, even though they did turn me the hell off on that. But, like I said, it was the moment, okay? I am okay.
If you want to have a conversation about that,
no, I don't need conversations about that.
Are you sure?
I am sure.
All right.
But I just wanted to say, at the end of that conversation, like after all of that, I was like, oh, I don't want to be in a relationship. I was like, oh, I don't even want to talk about it. But then, you know what? That was just the moment. It was just the moment, okay? Because it was harsh. It was harsh. But you know what? I'm cool with it. And I'm good. And
all right. So take it back 20 years. Would you have been cool with it then? Remember, you're in your 40s now. If you was in your 20s, would you be cool with it then?
It would have been different. Because guess what? You wouldn't have the knowledge of your 40 than you would of your 20s. Yeah, think about it.
Yeah. If I knew back then what I know now,
right.
We get it.
So, you got to look at that from that perspective.
Very true. All right, everybody. Rant's over.
Yeah. All right, bye-bye, everybody.
Stay tuned for more Devil Tongue and Phantom Other on Spreaker.com. Always coming at you, so make sure you be there for us.